Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to talk about my curly / wavy hair journey that I'm starting all over again. So I'm going to go and sort of go through my history of my hair, and if I have pictures I'll insert when I can, and then I'm going to talk about my hair now and what I'm trying to use and things I'm trying, and I thought that I would bring you guys along on my curly hair journey. So I'm only just starting this. I will preface this by saying I'm not completely doing the curly girl method. I am adapting some bits from the method. But for example, my shampoo and conditioner, it's sulfate free, but I think it has some water soluble silicones in the conditioner. So like I said, not completely curly girl friendly, but I'm trying to adapt some of the tips and tricks from the curly girl. I've also recently done a big chop. I'll put a picture up here of what my hair used to look like, but it was very damaged at the end, especially from bleach. I still have a little bit of blondes through the ends now, which I didn't chop off because they're still fairly healthy, but I had some like really dead ends from bleaching it and over bleaching it. My hair used to be down here before I chopped it, and so I really wanted to, I gave it a big chop to sort of get rid of that bleach and to bring it back to a good healthy place, and start all over again. So before I get into the video, if you guys are new to my channel, hi, I'm Jess, and please don't forget to click the subscribe button so you can join my curly wavy hair journey with me. And also, if you have any tips and tricks for your curly wavy hair journey, please leave them in the comments down below. I'd be really fascinated to know. So let's jump into it. So let's give you a little bit of a history. I won't go too in depth, but let's go into a little bit of history on my hair. As a baby and a toddler, I had quite like thick, dark wavy hair, wavy curls. I got little ringlets around parts of my hair. I've always had a lot of hair. It's quite dark, like this is my natural color at the top, and I've always had a lot of it. Moving into childhood, my hair was again quite thick and wavy and very long, and I used to have that little front fringe that I feel like everyone from the 90s had, that used to like curl under, and I have like a terrible cowlick here. And it used to like flip over in weird places, but my mum and dad used to brush my hair, and so it was always really like frizzy and wavy, all through like my toddlerhood, into childhood, into primary school. I have photos from primary school where my hair is just like super frizzy, and really like triangle block, because my hair, once I got to primary school, my parents kept it fairly short. Again, I usually had that little front fringe up until sort of the higher levels of primary school, and it was always really like blocky and frizzy. Moving on into high school. High school was when I obviously started doing my own hair more, and it's when I started noticing that I had a bit more of a wavy curly texture, and that was when I went through my mousse phase. And I feel like everyone went through this phase if you had any sort of wavy curls in high school, where you just add a crap ton of mousse to your hair to like get it to keep its shape. But back then we didn't know about like crunching to like, you know, my brain is not working, like getting rid of the cast around it. And so any gel or mousse would just make hair look really wet and like coated, but you never like crunched it to get rid of that cast, and so you walked around with wet looking hair. But that was a thing, and so I did that for a while in school. I don't even know if I've got pictures of that because it's so long ago, and it was so bad when I look at it now, or when I think about it now. But that was a thing in high school. I never really had an issue with having curly hair. I think my main issue is that I have more of like a heart round shaped face. I guess it's a little bit more heart than round because my chin does go down into a bit of a point, and I have the cowlick like in the middle, which I think is sort of indicative of a heart shaped face. But I never wanted something that was going to make my face look wider, and so I always felt like straightening my hair made my face look slimmer because it wasn't so much volume. So most of my high school years I spent straightening my hair and colouring it. I always sort of coloured it like a red or dark. Moving into my later high school years, I went and got blonde highlights put in it. Hated it. and it went dark anyway. But that was super, super damaging for my hair. But again, continued to straighten it, continued to spend a lot of time straightening my hair. Fast forward into the end of high school, I used to straighten my hair all the time, and if it wasn't straight, it was up in a ponytail or a bun. So it wasn't really being looked after. I would brush it, dry brush it all the time, and so I didn't really have a lot of my like natural waves or curls coming through because I used to brush it and then put it up or straighten it. Moving on into uni, and that's when I started sort of embracing my natural texture a little bit more. Yes, I still would straighten my hair, but for the most part, I would sort of leave it to dry. Now, I didn't do anything to enhance my curls or my waves. I'm just going to use the words curls and waves interchangeably here because I actually do get little ringlets at the bottom, and then I get like waves at the top. It's a bit all over the place right now. And like especially around here and up here, I get little ringlets for like the hair that's not as damaged. But I sort of leave my hair, and so my hair was a lot longer in uni because, you know, poor uni students, and I wouldn't brush it as much and I just leave it, and that's when I started getting my wave pattern back. And so I sort of started out with like big waves, but this was around the time that I started using a keratin straightening treatment. I got my first keratin straightening treatment in my first year of uni because I didn't like the frizz. So my hair always had a lot of frizz. And as you can see, I don't have that issue as much anymore, but I'll get back to that. My hair always had a lot of frizz, and so I'd use the keratin treatments to treat the frizz. I wasn't too worried about the actual waves, it was the frizz. And so I've had that done 3 times over my whole life. And so I had my first one done sort of end of high school, start of uni. And that, not only did it get rid of the frizz, but it got rid of pretty much all my curl pattern. And then as that grew out, like I said, I started getting my curl pattern back. And it sort of, I left my hair dry like natural. I didn't color it for a while. Come the end of uni, so you know, 3 years, so my keratin well and truly been gone, and my hair, I was a nursing student, so my hair was often up anyway, and so I just left it to its own devices for the most part. I was tired a lot of the time with shift work, and I went to uni over an hour away, so I would be driving a lot, and so I just left it, and I think that was the best thing for my hair. And then my first year out of uni, I went and I did a big chop. So my hair was really long, it was probably like down here. And then I went and did a big chop, and that was probably like the best thing for the health of my hair. I've got a photo I can insert here. Straight after that big chop, I went into my hairdresser, and I still see the same hairdresser, and I cut like a lot off, and she was just like a junior hairdresser there. She's now like one of the managers, but she was just a junior hairdresser, and I cut it all off. I went in and we got it cut just below my chin, and that was when I really started getting my waves and curls back, and I got these beautiful like 2B, 2C curls. I've got another picture here, which was probably like, again, 2 or 3 years out of uni, and again, I was just embracing my natural texture, and that was no products except for like a leave-in conditioner. I was doing nothing to my hair. Fast forward, I'm talking like, this was sort of like 2014-ish. I got my hair cut really short, 2015-ish. Again, I was still sort of embracing my short. I kept my hair shorter than this. It's probably like here maybe. Wavy texture. Then 2015, I got married. And again, sort of embraced it. Didn't really do much. I have a picture I can pop up. I cut my hair really short in 2016, and again, I embraced my natural wave, I embraced my natural curl, and I got it cut really short, and I hated it. I hated the short haircut. I got it cut like to like my chin, and so the curls just made my face look so wide. And then I got pregnant, and I didn't touch my hair after that. Now, I think pregnancy really messed with my curl pattern, because while I was pregnant, my hair got like progressively straighter, despite the fact that I hadn't been coloring it, I hadn't been straightening it, I wore it up all the time. My hair got progressively straighter, and same with postpartum, my hair just got progressively straighter. And like I was reading that hormones can play a big fact in this, and then I got pregnant again, and the same thing, my hair got straighter and straighter and straighter. But the second time after I got pregnant, I decided I would bleach my hair after Isaac was born, so my second baby was born. And then I went through a little bit of a vicious cycle where I would bleach it, and then I went dark, and then I bleached it again, and then I bleached it again. And so my hair, not only was it dead, but it had no curl pattern anyway. So my plan was, I was like, oh, well, I'll get a keratin treatment to try and like fix the damage that I'd done over bleaching my hair. And it made my hair feel really silky smooth and lovely. But again, got rid of any curl I had. My hair was just like stick straight. And I actually really liked that because of the boys. I just didn't have time to do anything with my hair. So 6 months later, I got a top-up treatment. And that was January this year. So now we are in almost July. My keratin treatment has well and truly, for the most part, washed out. I did a big chop. Like I said, my hair was really long, but I did a big chop. The keratin treatments really helped when my hair was super frizzy, and it really helped with that, but it's not the best thing for your hair because it's sort of not letting your natural hair breathe, and it's not letting your natural texture come through. And to be honest, the bleach had ruined my natural texture anyway, along with pregnancy. And so I really needed the big chop to start again. So come March this year, I went in and I chopped a lot of hair off. I can put in a before and after picture, and I will do that here. I'll put in a before and an after. I cut off like a foot of hair. It was a lot. And it's actually grown a fair amount since I cut it. But I went in and I cut off a lot of hair and I started again. Now, like I said, I still had the keratin treatment in my hair. It's only been the last probably couple weeks that my hair is starting to get a little bit of a wave pattern, and that is where I'm starting my journey. So this is probably only like week 2 of sort of starting my natural curly wavy hair journey, and this is sort of where I'm at. So I washed my hair. I'm on day 4 today. So I washed my hair on Thursday. Today's Sunday, and on Thursday I just left it to its own devices. I let it dry with just a little bit of leave-in conditioner in it. I didn't do anything to enhance my curls. Come Friday, I used one of these, which is a continuous spray bottle. So if I press it, it like sprays continuously. I just picked this up from my local supermarket. It's actually meant to be for like oil, but it works really well for this because it's just like a continuous spray bottle. So I'll leave this link down below if you're interested in one. It was like $10 or $12. It does the job. I used this to sort of dampen my hair, and then I used my Curlsmith Hold Me Softly balm to sort of try and enhance a little bit of curl. And look, this is a super lightweight hold, and so it doesn't really do a ton. It really just gives me like a light wave. So then last night I had a shower, made my hair soaking wet, washed my body obviously, made my hair soaking wet. I got out, and I put in my Hold Me Softly balm straight away. I put in about a pea-sized amount all over my hair, and then I went in with my R&Co Aircraft Pomade Mousse. So I picked this up a while back when I started my natural curly hair journey, and I used probably that much in my hair, and I scratched the whole way through, tipped my head over, scratch, all the way up to the root, all underneath, and I tried to let it dry as long as possible. And I did this like 7 o'clock at night, and like 10:30 my hair was still damp, and so I went to sleep on my silk pillowcase with it damp. And so this is what I've woken up with. Before I went to sleep, I was getting some beautiful ringlets, some beautiful like type like 2B, 2C curls, but obviously I've woken up and it's a little bit more frizzy with like some random straight bits, especially around the front, because I tend to play with that hair. I tend to like flip it and play with it, and so this is sort of where I'm at after that. Some of the other products I have are, I got a Babyliss Pro Argan Oil. I actually got this free with something that I ordered, which is it's this curl cream. I haven't given that a go yet. I've also got the Aveda Be Curly Curl Enhancer. I actually don't mind this. This is actually quite nice. It's not my favourite, but it's actually not bad if I wanted to try something. I also have the Maui Moisture Curl Smoothie. This is very thick, and so I can use like the world's tiniest amount of this, and it does help hold my curl. It does help to sort of like give me a little bit, but I think this might be a little bit thick for me, so we'll see how we go. It might be a bit better in the summer because it's the winter at the moment. This might be a bit better in the summer. And I've also ordered 2 gels that haven't come in yet. I will leave up on the screen and in the description box down below. Everything else I've mentioned, I'll leave them as well. And so I'm really trying to find a routine that works for me and playing around with products and stuff. So this is where I'm at now. I'll give a twirl in a second to show you sort of my whole overall look. This is what I woke up with it. I didn't do anything. I haven't refreshed it. I haven't used any water spray, nothing. I've just woken up and gone. The only thing I did was I added a little bit of oil to my hands. I'll leave the one I like down below, and I just sort of like ran it over to get rid of any extra excess frizz, but there wasn't a ton. And yeah, so like I said, I've got lots of like wavy curly bits. My curls are slowly coming back, and I'm trying to do everything I can to enhance those. So yeah, that is my hair journey. This is the start of my curly wavy hair journey. I want you guys to come along with me. I want you to leave tips and channels and anything else, products that you recommend if you've got sort of similar hair to me, type 2, type B or C hair. Leave comments down below with any tips and recommendations you guys have. And I hope you enjoy following along on my journey. Like I said, please don't forget to click the subscribe button if you guys are new to my channel and want to follow along. And I will see you guys next week with a new video. I'm trying to upload 1 to 2 times a week. I've been a little slow because the last couple of days I've filmed, I lost all the footage. So, but I didn't lose it. It just went missing from my camera, which was just fantastic. But yeah, I'll do a twirl and I will end the video. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. And thank you so much for watching.